I just spent a full day with Klaviyo here in Miami for their partner event. And in this video, I'm going to walk through all of the takeaways, their new features that they're rolling out, their new updates, and ultimately where the industry is at right now. Klaviyo are one of the biggest when it comes to email marketing for e-commerce, but they're looking to expand what they're doing and turn into more of a CRM, which I'm going to talk about today. And is this the right move for Klaviyo? Are we going to move our clients over to a different platform? And what does this look like? As of now, I think Klaviyo have about 170,000 customers and they do over $1 billion in revenue every single year. And I'm going to walk through what I took away from the event and was it worth it to travel to Miami to come to this. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is that the industry is changing, okay? And it's changing, and when I'm talking about this, I'm mainly talking about e-commerce and email marketing, SMS and stuff like that. But things are changing, and it's coming from, instead of worrying about ROAS, people are now worried about retention. And retention is the name of the game now, because CAC is just getting more and more expensive. A couple of years ago you could put up a store, rip your ads manager and make a bunch of money, but that's no longer the case anymore. A lot of brands are negative on first order and they have to make sure that they understand their economics to get more money out of the customer over the long time. So there's much more discussion around retention, okay? So for this, we need to focus more on your customer lifetime value, and then we need to have the data to then figure out, okay, how can we get more out of our customers? What are the touch points that we need to focus on? What products do we need to push them at what points? So Klaviyo are a lot more focused on data and now becoming a CRM, okay? And there's been a lot of negative around Klaviyo, around their pricing, around them launching services, around them going public. So there's actually been a lot of negative stuff over the past couple of years, and I feel like now Klaviyo are trying to switch and give back to their partners, give back to their customers, and really deliver an amazing product and a much better experience. So I've broken this down into 3 different sections. We have Klaviyo marketing, we have the Klaviyo data platform, and then Klaviyo services. Then I'm going to talk about some other takeaways from the event. So the first one is Klaviyo marketing. So some of the main things that they've rolled out, obviously Klaviyo is mainly known for email. They now have SMS, and they're rolling out some better data around their SMS, some better testing and some more features there as well. And they also have push as well. But some of the main updates that got released yesterday was that they're now bringing WhatsApp, which is going to be huge. Okay, this is going to be massive, especially in European markets. This is going to be huge for clients in the UK, Ireland, different places like this. So this is something we're going to be implementing for every single one of our clients. It doesn't matter on the price, whatever it is, we're going to give this a really good test for 90 days for every single client to see how it does. Because me personally, I use WhatsApp more than anything. I probably use email the most, Slack obviously, but then WhatsApp is the go-to. And in this day and age, I feel like everyone is in a very, very similar position, especially in Europe. I know in America they use iMessage a lot more, but WhatsApp is absolutely massive, and this is going to be, you can already do this, by the way. You can already do WhatsApp marketing, but by having this inside of Klaviyo, if you're using that for email and SMS now, it's going to be absolutely massive. And another thing that they've just rolled out is omni-channel campaigns and flows. So instead of just having your flows and your campaigns, you're now going to have it omni-channel. So you can build out like a campaign, and this can be like a product launch campaign, and then you can have like SMS, email, and you can have it split up to go like push or to go SMS or to go email based on if that client, or that customer purchases more from email or SMS, and they have multiple different splits here. And this is going to be really powerful, and this minimizes the workload to some degree, but it just maximizes, the customer journey and the touch points that they're going to have. So this is going to be massive, and I'm really excited to test this out for a lot of our clients. And that's kind of like the biggest stuff for marketing. There's a lot more stuff that they're rolling out there, just like more features and stuff like that. When it comes to the marketing, it's mainly, WhatsApp, more features on SMS, and some more features on email. Okay, the next thing is their Klaviyo data platform. So before, this was called CDP, and this is only available if you have over 100,000 active profiles. Now they have changed it to KDP, which is the Klaviyo data platform. Okay, and they have way more touch points now. There's so much data that you can look at. And this is the most important thing. Like when you think about an e-commerce brand, like where are you getting your data from? Are you getting it from Triple Whale? Are you getting it from your Shopify? Are you getting it from your Klaviyo? And ultimately, Klaviyo is now pulling in all that data from one place. You can get a true understanding of your metrics. And this is going to be really, really powerful. And they're also going to have a lot more better AI models are going to help predict when the customer needs to come back again, when should you be pushing them certain products, what customers are VIPs, and just going deeper into this. They also have new custom objects, they're calling them, which basically allows you to create custom profiles for different people. So it's done differently. So instead of like a custom field, it's now a custom object, and this can help fire different flows or trigger different events, and it's going to be more powerful, and you can have, you can collect more information there. So this is only for certain businesses. They gave the example of if you have different pets, you then be able to save the different pets' names, their date, their breed, all that sort of stuff. Okay, so like for a dog brand here, this could be very beneficial, and then that can trigger different flows and different events. They're also going to be rolling out multi-phone and multi-email profiles. So for a lot of people, myself included, I have multiple work emails, like 2 work emails, a personal email, and I actually have 2 phone numbers as well. So if I was to, subscribe to a brand on my different profiles, I could have 3 different profiles, but they're now pulling that. So they're able to get data and pull it into one. And then if someone buys for, let's say, their kid versus themselves, they're able to identify this. So this is going to be really powerful for certain brands, especially for gifting or for products that are quite different, where they have different categories. Let's say if you have a clothing brand and you have kids clothes and then adults clothes, you'll be able to define that as well. And this is like small changes. None of this stuff is going to double or triple your business, other than WhatsApp maybe, but this stuff is just small, but it's important to really focus on it so you can get a higher LTV for your customers. Okay, the next thing that they're rolling out, and a lot of this stuff is kind of beta already and they're rolling it out, is Klaviyo service. Now this isn't really marketing or data related, this is more around customer support. So you have your customer hub where you're going to be able to manage orders, edit orders, add different products to that, and then they have the AI agent as well, which will basically be like a chatbot on your site that'll be able to answer a lot. And the good thing about this is it will have more data on your customer than any other platform, because it can see like every single email you opened, it can see like the first page you landed on, it can see all of your orders. So we'll have so much data in there, and I think this is where it's going to be really powerful. And this is not something we're going to like manage for clients every single day, but it is something we're going to set up and let them test and see, is it more beneficial using the customer hub, using the AI agent, and then they're pulling this all into a unified inbox where you can then see from a very high level, you can see everything come in. And this is from email, this is from SMS, this is going to be from WhatsApp as well, and the AI chat. It's all going to be pulled in to one inbox where your customer support team is going to be able to answer it, right? And ultimately, Klaviyo is shifting. They're shifting from a marketing platform to more of a CRM where it has everything in one place. It has the marketing, it has all of the data and the touch points, and now it's going to have the customer service as well. So it's going to be one of the biggest platforms. Ultimately, what they're trying to do is, there was a lot of talk around like the SaaS bloat and around a lot of e-commerce brands, having an absolute massive and fat tech stack that they're paying out so much. They're paying out, thousands, even tens of thousands if you're a bigger brand, to software companies because they have it done on your yearly revenue or they have it done on your order volume. And ultimately it's like, is this worth it? Okay, you're paying for different customer support platforms. Maybe you have Klaviyo for email, maybe you have something else, you have another chatbot on your website that you're paying for, you have another fulfillment company that you're paying for in regard to like backend to send notifications, and then you're also paying for, maybe you have SMS somewhere else. Okay, so it's really important to like reduce that. And I know Klaviyo is expensive, but if you do leverage it, you're gonna get an absolute massive ROI. Okay, and then there was some other stuff, and this is more on agency side. They were talking about other partnership benefits that they're rolling out. They really want to work with partners more, because I feel like over the last few years, Klaviyo have personally done a bad job with that. I know for our agency ourselves, we've managed dozens and dozens of clients. We've had some massive clients come through, and we definitely haven't got looked after the way we want to, but I feel like they're now changing that, and they're putting partnerships as a top priority, which obviously for us is absolutely amazing. And then there's some other stuff as well. So at the event, there's also, this was an event for agency partners and for softwares, and there is a lot of amazing integrations that are coming out. A lot of stuff around AI, but also a lot of stuff that is built on top of email, built on top of SMS, that you can leverage to just get a much, much higher ROI. The thing is, we want to give the clients the option, but we don't want to push this on every single client, because it's obviously going to add to their tech stack like we just mentioned. But some of these softwares will, especially There's one or two softwares, and I'm not going to talk about them here yet because I want to test them, but if you have a subscription brand, they're going to be absolutely massive. There's a lot of potential, and a lot of this is done around AI as well, but I will test them out. We'll work with them on some of our clients, and then if there's really good results, I'll happily make a video diving deeper into it. But if you have any specific questions, you want to learn more, just go to Klaviyo's website. You'll be able to see a full breakdown of what they're rolling out. And like I said, some of the main things on the marketing side are the omni-channel builders, and kind of they're also adding in omni-channel tracking now, so there's more stuff that they're going to be doing there. Obviously they're rolling out WhatsApp now as well, more SMS features. So that's kind of like some of the main things that we're going to be implementing, along with, for people that have over 100,000 active subscribers, we're going to be pushing them to add in the KDP and test that for 90 days and see, are we getting that ROI there? I think it's only like an extra $500, but still, clients don't want to be paying it if it's not going to be bringing an ROI. So something that we're going to be focused on. If you have any other specific questions, let me know in the comments below, and let me know your thoughts. Are you paying Klaviyo too much? Are you leveraging the platform? Let us know. And also, they had some really good data saying that for them, the most people that stop using Klaviyo or move to different platforms are brands that do not have agencies, because they're not getting the full value out of the platform and seeing the ROI. Where if brands are working with an agency, they're getting like something like a 5x higher return when they're using an agency. Okay, so it's something to definitely think about. I'll leave this video here. I'll keep you updated as we test some of these new features. Hope you have an amazing day. Cheers.